Okay, so in this one we're just going to talk a little bit about rope handling. Okay, we've got Happy wandering around the round pen doing his own thing, so I hope he doesn't do anything wild. Okay, so let's think about if we are leading. Okay, so this is my horse. I'm leading. Okay, so I've got my rope in my right hand. I've got my tail end of my rope in my left hand. Thanks, Happy. And I've got my stick in a neutral position, pointing down towards the floor beside me. Okay, come back this way, horsey. That's it. So now if I want to turn that into more of a driving position, yes, hello, to start thinking about lunging, I'm going to swap my hands around. So now I've got my rope in this hand, so I can start to indicate to her where I want her to go, and I've got my stick in this hand and the tail end of my rope. Okay, so it's important to always have the tail end of the rope in the opposite hand, because if my horse were to suddenly have some kind of hoolie now, I want to be able to pull the nose towards me really quickly so that the hind legs go away. So if I'm not very organised with my rope, that's quite difficult. Okay, so we're going to think about the whip position a little bit as well. So whip up, I'm indicating to her that she's got to keep going. When I put my whip down, that means she's okay to come in to the middle of the circle and just stand beside me. Okay, so whip up means something. Whip down means come to me and chill out. What do you think about that, Happy? Shall we have a go with you? Says yeah. Right, okay, let's keep filming then. Let's pop Happy on the lead rope. Right, so we're going to use these cones. Do you mind just moving that one cone a little bit further away, Beth, please? Thanks. Good boy. Okay, so the first exercise, we're going to build up towards lunging by using this exercise. Because when I was younger, I used to be literally terrified. I'd get out here and I'd be like, oh, send them out onto the circle, get them away from me as quickly as possible. And it'd be more like flying a kite than actually training a horse. So we're going to start off with, we're going to lead around the cones in the leading position. Okay. Good boy. And then step 2, we're going to come into the driving position. Okay, so I've got my stick up, which is indicating to him to walk on, and we're going round these cones. So nothing's really changed other than the position of my body and the position of my hands. So now I'm going to come inside the cone and he's got to go outside the cone. So I had to send a little bit of energy towards his shoulder. Good boy. So that he goes round the cone. And then eventually I'm going to give him a bit more rope and a bit more responsibility, and he goes round the cone. So you can see how this is the start of lunging. Here we go. Good boy. And woo. Clever boy. Clever boy. Right, Beth, do you want to have a go? So we're going to go back to the beginning. You have fidget bottom this morning. We're going to go back to the leading position. So sort your knitting out. Woo, mister. So, leading position. That's it. So it's really well worth practicing your rope handling skills with another person. Right, so I would have the loops in your left hand. That's it. Good. Right, so let's lead around these cones then. Good. Good. Well done. So you had to use a little bit of pressure on the leader up there to get him to keep up with you on your shoulder, didn't you? So make sure when he's coming that then you release. Good. That's better. That's it. That's it. So we don't end up dragging them. Because if we end up dragging them, then that pressure on the leader up becomes meaningless. So really think, use it as little as possible. That's it. Right, now see if you can switch yourself into that driving position. So it's just like the position you would be in if you were lunging, but instead of sort of pointing towards him in that V-shaped position, you're actually pointing forwards. Okay. That's it. So you're going to have, turn around and face him, face his head. So you're going to have your, that in that hand, that in that hand. And you're going to have your stick in that hand. So you're in that V-shaped position that you would be if you were lunging, but you're going to turn and walk your same line. That's it. Good. Maybe just collect your loop up a bit in your right hand so you don't have your rope trailing. That's it. Good. Right, now you go inside the cone and he's got to go outside the cone. So you might have to direct a little bit of energy towards his shoulder. Good. And can you see how this starts to get the inside flexion? A little bit ready for the lunging. He's starting to bend round to the inside. Okay, right, I'm going to tidy you up a bit again. Just stop there. Right, do you know what the drive line is? No? Okay, so imagine if he had a neck strap on here. It'd be about there, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So if you're stood in front of the drive line, you're asking him to stop and come in towards you. If you stood behind the drive line, you're asking him to go forward. So we need to be a little bit more committed. I don't think I did it wonderfully well in my demo a minute ago, but I've got to be at least alongside that drive line. And come on, good boy. Not in front of it. Good boy. So if your horse is coming in, you can use your stick a bit like that to say, come on, get out. Now, can you see how I'm more in line with the drive line now? Good boy. And then, as we get a bit better at it, we can let him have a bit more responsibility. So he's walking out. Good boy. Now, when I get frightened, if a horse comes in at me, I tend to step backwards. What happens if you step backwards? Can you see how it drew him into me? Okay. So when I get frightened, that's why obstacles are great, because it gives you a focus to get around. So I literally have to say to myself, I am walking forwards. I am walking forwards, and I'm driving him round that obstacle. Okay. So I am walking forward and getting him to keep up. I am walking forwards. Good boy. Clever man. And if he slowed down, so I was directing a lot of my energy there towards the inside shoulder. If he slowed down, I might want to direct a bit more energy towards his bottom to get him to go a bit faster. Okay, so depending on what we want is where we direct our stick. And woo. Good boy. Oh, he's so clever. Right. Okay, let's try it on let's try it on this rein to start with, and then we'll change the rein. So go back to, that's it. Quite a short rope to start with. That's it. So if he's going, try and drop it down so it's neutral. If you need to use it, pick it back up again. Right, now it's pointing in front of him there. So that actually means slow down. So think about if you want to direct it at the shoulder, that it's directed at the shoulder, not in front of the shoulder. Good. Yes, that was close. Now drop it down again because he went. That's it. Otherwise we don't want to end up nattering. That's it. Good. Well done. Yeah, good. Good. Walk, walk, walk. That's it. Very good. Very good. Okay, right. Try that on the other rein. Go right back to the beginning, because when we change the rein, we've got to go back to the bottom of the staircase. So go back to the leading position, leading him round. Whoop. So you need to be on the other side of him now. You're changing the rein. Good boy. That's it. Well done. Yeah, exactly. Very good. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. No. Hang on. What on earth are we doing? We need to be going round. You need to be on the inside.
Yeah.
So you going that way. Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
No.
Yeah. Swap. You need to be on the other side of him. Sorry. Were you there and I told you to swap? Sorry. Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Right, go on. Right, so you're both going around the cones together to start with. So be really clear if you're going to use that lead rope to ask him to go a bit faster, or you can give him a little flick with the end of the stick if you want. That's it. Just so you're not nattering all the time with that lead rope. That's it. Okay. Now you're going to change into the driving position. That's it. But think about where you're walking. So your body needs to be still pointing on the same line. That's it. Good. Point on the line. Whoop. Point your chest on the line. That's it. That's it. So you're in your V shape there, aren't you? So you need to be thinking about, let me just show you again. Good boy. Oh, it's a good man. Yes, you are, right. Right. So you need to be pointing in the direction you're walking. So just mind out the way a second. Look on. Good. So if he's going, point the stick down. If you need to use it, pick it up. Go on. Go on. And then it's quiet, see? Good boy. Good boy. Now I'm going to direct a bit of energy towards his bottom because I want him to be a bit more committed to staying in front of me so I don't get in front of that drive line. So a bit more energy towards his bottom. Good boy. Good boy. And woo. Woo. Good man. Clever boy. That's it. What's that? Just get yourself organised. Pick up the tail end of you. That's it. Good. Now walk forward. This is the way you say to yourself, I am walking forwards. Look to the cone. I am walking forwards. That's it. Well done. I am walking forwards. Yes, better with the stick. This is better. And at that moment where he just looked outside the pen and he fell in, did you feel that, onto that inside foreleg? Then you can say, you can direct a bit of energy towards that inside shoulder. I am walking forwards. I am walking forwards. Yeah, good. Stick down because he's going nicely. Very good. Very good. Lovely. Okay, let's stop there. I'm going to go and get a couple more cones. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on the square now. So you can go back to lead. Well, yeah, all right. You can start there if you want. Don't put the stick in front of him. What does that mean? That means stop. Okay, get him so that direct some energy at that inside shoulder. Good. And then think about where you are in relation to the drive line. Are you in front of it or behind it? Yeah, you're in front of it. So you need to get him so that he's walking a bit more forward. So direct the energy at his bottom. Good. Get a reaction and then stick, just does a little bit less. That's it. That's it. Lovely. Very good. Really good. Okay, and then let's come to halt. Brilliant. So let's think about how we start off on the circle. Okay, so you just step out for a second. So this was the bit that always used to terrify me the most. It was starting them off on the circle. Okay, so I'm going to nick this saying from Ben Atkinson. It's not mine, but Ben says, you are the rock, the horse is the stream. So meaning you stand still and they've got to move around you. So from this point here, I'm going to send him out around me. So I'm going to say to him, you go. So I pushed his head slightly away from me, directed some energy at his inside shoulder, and started walking, saying to myself, I am walking forwards. Because what I used to do when I used to send them out onto the lunge was I used to step back and think, oh, go away from me, go away from me. And all the time I'm thinking about my commitment to being alongside the drive line, and he's got to walk out in front of me. Okay. And if I want to stop, I can just yield the hindquarters and I'm in a nice safe position. Okay, so from here now, come and stand here. I want you to send him the other way. So you're going to be the rock. Oops. He's going to be the stream. So you're going to think about where you want him to go. Oh, he's off. Here, get your stick. He knows what he's doing. Right, very good. But if he hadn't done that by himself, you would have used that white container as the focus for where you were going, where you were driving him round. That's it. Lovely. Exactly. Keeping him up there so that he's doing more work than you. Right, do you want to try a little trot? So pick your energy up, 2 clicks. Good boy. Very good. Whoop, he's got to go around the cone, so you've got to walk a little bit. Let him have a bit more rope. Let him have a bit more rope. Whoops. Go on, let him have a bit more rope, Beth, and walk a bigger circle. Otherwise he can't get round the cones. That's it. There you go. That's better. Very good. And then come back to walk. And you've got to keep walking forwards because you've got to keep driving him around the cones. Otherwise he's just going to come in. Well done. Oh dear. Very good. And then can you disengage him to stop? So this is where your rope handling skills come in handy. Slide your right hand down the thing. Good. Well done.